Hey guys, so today, sorry, I'm just moving stuff off my desk. Like, I basically had had some time, and I was like, do I tidy my desk, or do I make a video, or do I do both? And I was like, I'm just gonna make the video, sod the desk. But now I'm like struggling for room. Everything's like creeping on me. Anywho, today, I thought I would share with you like a battle of kind of video, and I thought I would show you a look at some of the shimmering watercolours that I've got. I know some people have sort of like asked about some of the differences and are some of them any good and all that kind of thing, so I thought I would show you. So I have got three different sets to show you. So the first one is the Gansatambi. I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce that. The Kuretake Gansatambi, the starry colours, and these, I will get them out and show you, are golds and silvers. The pans are absolutely huge, as you can see. Massive. I've had these for quite a long time, but I don't use them all that often, if I'm honest. Shimmery watercolours aren't necessarily like a massive go-to for me, although I do really enjoy using them. I tend to use them just for like little accents and splashes, like galaxies or stars, things like that. But these ones, I believe, were developed more in mind for kind of like brush lettering and things like that, and I have used them for brush lettering, and they've been good. So I have those. As you can see, they're all in different goldy to silver. You've got blue gold, rose gold, yellow gold, champagne gold, light gold, and white gold. But I kind of class white gold as silver, really. So I have those. I've still got a pesky cough. I've also got the Prima watercolour, the Shimmering Lights. Now these ones, I actually sell the Prima watercolours in my shop. They're in stock, so I'll leave links for those below if you're looking for somewhere in the UK that sells the Prima watercolours. So these are the Shimmering Lights, and these come in pretty similar colours, although you have got a few extra, and these are just like little half pans. So we've got gold, twinkle, allure, treasure, glaze, antique, coppered, flare, disco, goldstone, champagne, and chandelier. So there's those ones. Prima also do some other metallic and shimmery watercolours. I have them in stock. I don't actually have a set for myself because I want a set for myself, but obviously just because I happen to have them in stock doesn't mean that I can just help myself to them. I have to like buy them as it were off the business, and I really want the others that are in stock. I just can't afford them at the moment, but I do have them, and they're absolutely beautiful. So those are the Prima. And then lastly, in this makeshift tin, which you may have already seen on my channel, which I can't even get open now, are these are, oh, there's a paintbrush in there, oh, bonus. These are the Twinkling H2Os by Colour Art. So these are all in individual little pots, and I just took the lids off the pots and blue tacked them into this tin so that I could have them all together. And those are what the colours look like as swatches. I do believe now that Colour Art do have these coming out as pans, so rather than like the little tubs, you can buy them as pans. So if you're interested, you can check them out. So I just thought I'd kind of like do some tests with you and kind of like show you what they look like on paper and things like that, so you can make your own decision on what set you like the best. I have to say that I don't prefer one set over the other. I like them all for different reasons. So, you know, this is why I'm doing this video, really, is to just kind of like show you so you can have a look, see what you like, see what's kind of convenient to you. I like the colours in here, but I don't like the fact that they come in little pots. I love the compactness of the little Prima tin, but then the pans are quite small, but then I'm not sure whether I would ever get through much of that anyway. These pans are really good for like putting your really loading up your colour on your brush. The pans are really good, good size, and they are intense, but you know, so different kind of uses. The thing I will say about them all is they are all very similar in terms of they are a watercolour but with the mica powder in them, and with all of them you need to give them quite a good soaking before you can actually use them. I'm just using a spritzer bottle here to kind of activate them. I'm not like really clued up on like the manufacturer and the way these are made or anything, so I can't kind of really give you a reason for that. I just know that from experience you need to like give them a really good soaking and let them soften up before you can use them. I find the Prima ones, they need much less of a soaking than the others do, which is kind of good. But yeah, so you just need to sort of give them a good soak in. As with all watercolours, you should always leave, when you finish painting, you should always leave your watercolours to open, your tin open to dry. This is to stop mould, basically. Whenever you use water, there's always a chance that mould could develop. So, I mean, you could just use distilled water if you want to, but yeah, there's just a chance. So just, if you can, leave your watercolour tins open, let them dry naturally, and then you'll have less of a mould problem. But depending on your tin, like this tin that I put it in is has gone rusty. This hasn't, probably because this is actually designed for watercolours, whereas this is like the raw metal, whereas this is coated, and these are just in plastic and in cardboard. So over time, this cardboard has got a plasticky thing, but you know. So let's do some swatching. I've raided some dark coloured cut paper and card from Miss B, because the golds and things look absolutely amazing on it. So let's try that. So let's go for a gold colour, so we can kind of go for gold, so we can kind of have a look at a comparison. So this is the Prima, as you can see, it just loads up straight away. There's very little water needed on there, very little soaking, and these watercolours are artist grade, and I'm using a graduate artist grade brush, very little water, and the colour is just there already. And we've got a really beautiful saturation of colour. So that's the gold of the Prima. Oh, this pesky old cough. Do I have a gold? I suppose the nearest gold I've got on the colour art is this one. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna have to work that a little bit to get it going. These need a really good soak, and you kind of need to work at them quite a bit to kind of pick up the colour. That's why I've got like wells in certain places. Okay, so let's have a look. Here we go. I will do these as well on white so you can see, but it's quite nice to see them on dark because they do work really well on dark. I actually used, before I had the other two watercolour sets, I actually used this set, and I made an acceptance card for my sister-in-law for her wedding, and I did the white gold on purple. It was beautiful. So these, as you can see, that you just have to touch it and you can see all the molten gold is like, you know, this has been, as you can see, they've all been soaking for like the same amount of time. Yeah, so like this is just like basically turned to like liquid gold now, and because you can really get your brush in there, it is actually really good for brush lettering. So if you're a brush lettering person, I would go for this palette, and then like the Prima if you wanted to add different metallic accents to some of your paintings. So there we go, those are the three. We'll leave them to dry, and then we'll be able to see some of the shimmer on those. And let's find some white. Deary me. Right, okay, so clean my brush off again. So let's go for this. I'm going to use the same colours again. So the gold primer. See, that's had even more time now, and it's like that. Looks like liquid gold. It's gorgeous. On there. Nice thick saturation. And let's get the twinkling H2O. There we go. Starting to soak more now, so starting to really get that going on. It's a really dark goldy brown. That I don't have a comparable gold, unfortunately. And then onto the Gansai Tambi. There we go. So yeah, you can see that all of them are really pigmented. They just have different soak times, really, going from Prima is, I would say Prima takes the less water, the less soak time, then the Gansai Tambi, then the twinkling H2Os. So we'll leave them to dry, and then we'll just have a little look at the shimmery value, which you might not actually be able to pick up on camera, to be honest. And I don't actually have any real recent kind of artwork to show you them in use, but I will try and find some pictures of them. But the sheen and the gold is just lovely, lovely, lovely. This was the acceptance card. I was talking about using the Gansai Tambi, and you can just see how the light just reflects off it beautifully. This was created using the Prima, and I used the chandelier. I think this was the Prima. You can just see, hopefully, the silveriness hitting the light there on the background and in her hair. And on her nose there, see like and a bit on the eyelid. Just trying to, I have to kind of wave this around in front of the light, so like the light picks it up. So there you go. Hopefully you can see that good. Can't actually find the thing I made. I don't know if you remember seeing it on my channel around Valentine's Day. I made a I love you to the moon and back card for John for Valentine's Day. I used the twinkling H2Os for that, so hopefully you saw that video. So let's have a look at these when they're dry. Look at the shimmeriness of them. So to remind you, that was the Prima, that was the twinkling H2O, and that was the Gansai Tambi. But so I tried to use comparable golds, but obviously they're going to be slightly different. But just look at that sheen, guys, on the black card. Isn't that absolutely stunning? There, this is why I find it difficult to kind of say like which is my favourite out of the different ones, because I just think they are so similar. They're just so similar, but they're just. I think it all depends on kind of like what you want. So like if you want different colours or, you know, different palette, that kind of thing. I think that's literally all the only thing you can go by, because just look, absolutely stunning. I did raid some pink and some craft paper, but actually I think my point has been made beautifully on the black. So I can give that back to little one. And then on the white, let's just pick that up and just show you a bit more on the white there. So gorgeous, gorgeous. I think these, like, I really like doing splatters, as I said, in backgrounds, like I showed you on that dear girl just now. I think they look gorgeous on dark, like the black, absolutely gorgeous. And I think they look really lovely when you, you know, use them for like little accents and things. So like if you had a painting of a girl or something, like this colour here, the, what do they call that, the flare, or maybe the disco, would probably look quite nice as like cheeks or lips or something like that. And you could just add little accents to the skin tone, just to make it kind of like more luminescent. The same with some of these twinkling H2Os. You've got some skin tones there. Yeah. So I hope that's kind of been a bit useful, because I know some of you were kind of like have been asking about the like what's the differences and what are these like more specifically like what are these like, because I sell them in the shop. You know, quite a few of you have been kind of wondering what they're like and how they work and is the quality any good. Basically, as you know, guys know, I have been a Winsor & Newton lover for years, until the Prima came along, and I basically have not used any other palettes since I've had the Prima, and I've got 4 of the Prima palettes. I want to get them all at some point. I would absolutely love to get them all. I have the Odyssey, the Classics, and the Pastel Dreams, as well as the Shimmering Lights, and I would love to be able to get them all, and hopefully I will at some point. As I said, like, I do have them in stock. I just need to be able to save up to afford to buy them, buy them for myself, like, you know. So I hope that's been useful, and if you've got any other recommendations or anything for, like, you know, the shimmering paints, then let us know, or your thoughts, or which you prefer. Have you got any of these sets? Like, you know, which of the sets do you prefer? Would you recommend? So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.